I got clickbait. I'm like, oh, dang it. I should have known better than that.
You're in the video.
I know. I'm
it's
like,
your game.
Like at first.
How did you mess that up?
No, I mean, it wasn't as much. I clicked that. I go, you idiot. And I'm like, I might as well tweet on this that it happened. It was like a couple seconds where I realized, but I'm like, I tweeted on it. I'm like, Yeah, and welcome,
I love it.
Welcome, everybody. We're about to get in here. We'll do our best to talk to you guys between games or whatever we do. It's Chicken Man and I. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. Chat, just know we love you even when we ignore you for hours at a time. We still love you anyways. Most of you, except for, well, I don't want to name names, but except like, you know who you are. If you're the exception. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go,
You
man.
feeling good?
All
right.
Oh, you don't have to ask me that question. Yeah. I am definitely feeling good, my friend. I hope you're not only excited, but
I'm good. I'm great. I've been looking forward to this all day.
Hell yeah. Same. All right.
All right, you're in?
I'm in.
Go. Game 1, match 1. TVT.
Very excited.
How do you feel about Cyclones and TVT?
Well, let's see how many games we have with Cyclones. I would start a prediction, but I'm kind of lazy. I'm gonna guess we're gonna have 2 games where it's mass Cyclones. Cyclone Raven.
Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of Cyclones going on. We'll just have to find out. There's only one way to figure it out, and that's to watch these games. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Site Delta. In game number 1, we've got Team Liquid's Clem in the red.
And newly signed, more or less, in the last year, in the blue, in the upper left-hand corner, also from Team Liquid. It is Cure. Casino, I don't have... You guys want predictions? Sorry, I hope you don't mind me saying, Chicken Man.
All right.
I'm gonna do
we'll do predictions. We'll do a prediction here. Yeah. You guys can gamble away your points. My cat has never been more interested in what's going on the computer monitor than right now. I don't know why today is the day. But he's decided to just be so interested. I'm like worried he's gonna knock something over.
Uh-oh, this prediction.
If I suddenly run away and yell, just let me know.
Yeah.
You just gotta hold it down while I'm away.
Trying to refund predictions somehow. I'm doing it through OBS chat.
Oh no, dude.
That's how
what have you done?
Yeah, sorry guys, I just scuffed whatever. Hopefully you got your money back. Anyway, good tournament. We're gonna hold off for this one for a minute. You guys got a little bit of time. It's one game. I think we can wait until between. Because Dave's moving slow here. Chicken Man's younger, slightly.
I also only do one per the series, so
yeah, I usually do too.
Yeah, I'm not messing around with like changing the prediction in between games. There's no shot I'll remember.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this right now.
I will forget that every single time. All right. Well, fortunately, nothing much of note is happening. It looks like we're doing basically the exact same build here on both sides, and everybody keeping their Reapers back at home.
Yeah.
I am intrigued about, wondering how many Cyclones we're going to see. Because I feel like we're almost guaranteed to see them, right? Like every single TVT.
I'll be honest, Chicken Man, in this matchup, I was going to say, to point out, they're going Reaper fast expands, which never happens. Both of them, with, you know what I'm saying? This is...
Yeah, well, it's interesting too.
CC from
Clem. Cure's playing it much more standard with a factory on the way. Clem is going double Marine with a 3rd command center before the factory. So if this was any sort of cheeky play at a Cure,
I love Clem.
I think Clem would just die. But Clem banking on the fact that Cure's just going to kind of play it safe, stay back at home. And it looks like Cure's even got the first cycle and just rallied to the top of his ramp here. He's not necessarily going to be aggressive with it at all. So this might just pay off for Clem. That being said, Cure just scouted it. Dove in, got the scout. Didn't kill the SCV, but
I think that's the smartest thing he could have done. So we do have a Cyclone. Cyclones actually wouldn't be bad against this now. So funnily enough, he already opened 1-1-1, but I think Cure could actually punish a 3cc build that fast. Like, that's insane.
I mean, I would think so. I feel like it's still going to be hard to push up the ramp, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure Clem did this because of the ramp and the natural. I don't think you get away with this if there's no ramp down there. I think you need that ramp down from the natural so that the Cyclones can't just poke infinitely. Like the bunker at the front with Cyclones coming out, he's going to have double Cyclone production potentially.
Yeah, and Chicken Man, what I thought was going to happen, I didn't mention it because of my prediction thing. Apologies. It's a 2-1-1 out of Clem. When you saw the 3cc, I was kind of in the back of my mind going, this has reminded me of some old school StarCraft right here. And this has reminded me of 2-1-1. I don't know about you. I can't really remember the last time I've seen a 2-1-1 out of each of these. Jeez, my logos didn't work.
No, in a TVT, that's definitely pretty rare. But I kind of like that Clem's using it as a way to try to skip the Cyclone section of things. But Cure's going to come in with a drop now and just try to be kind of annoying here. Just one Cyclone and a few Marines, though, so I feel like this is going to have to pick up and get out of here before too long. As Clem's got his own Cyclone here, that is going to get a lot of damage on that medevac before it gets out of there.
Oh, yeah. Interestingly to note, though, is something we don't normally see out of here. We're going into Cloak Banshees, but Widow Mines. Not just a Widow Mine. He's getting 2 Widow Mines. Kind of curious to see how this plays out now.
Hey, like, what matchup are we watching right now?
Yeah, like
this is wild. Oh my god, Cure dropping down double armory and 2 more factories. All right,
yeah,
okay.
He's going Cyclone Mech into I love it.
Is he gonna try to like bait these Cyclones out from Clem, like into these mines?
Well, it's not gonna really be. Yeah, he's only got a few. It's just pure bio, and Widow Mines against Marines could be pretty good.
Widow Mines against Terran is actually like, it's so annoying, I feel like, as the Terran. What are you going to do, build a Raven to have with your army? No.
Yep, now right here, Stim is about to finish, so these Cyclones is medevac, more importantly, in a way.
Oh my god, Clem! Clem, what?
What the? Oh, that was sick micro!
What is going on? He lifts everything up into the medevac. I think he wanted to jump on top of the Cyclones, but instead, the double lock-on from Cure, and he almost kills a full medevac.
Funnily enough, Cure's going to land his turn CC first, and Clem's not going to be able to because the Widow Mine, and that's going to force a scan out instead of a Mule Chicken, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Clem had that third CC done, like, minutes ago, and he just hasn't felt comfortable taking it because of the Cyclone pressure from his opponent. And now that he's ready to go take it, like you said, there's a Widow Mine blocking. There's a Widow Mine waiting out front. There's double Cloaked Banshee coming in. Cure is keeping this pressure on right now and making this so difficult for Clem.
Yeah, he is, and he's also going into Hyperflight Rotors, so the Banshee production's not going to stop with the tank Hellion. This is kind of sick.
Oh, I love this so much. Hyperflight Rotor Banshee mech in TVT?
This is amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen that. That's actually insane. And Cure just wants to keep this pressure on. Look at these Hellions coming in now. Gonna pick off some Marines, pick off some of these transferring SCVs. Woo. Get a little close to the Stim Marines there, but they'll back up.
Yeah, we have an
Clem not dying to the Widow Mine.
Yeah, still those Widow Mines, I think, in a weird way, have paid themselves off. Messing with Clem's super fast, super greedy third CC. But look at how close it kind of is. Clem is ahead in workers, but it's kind of inconsequential. There's both 3 CC. Cure's been mining sooner. He's down a couple workers, but it's not the end of the world on the worker count wars, I think. The army being so close is what I'm getting at.
Well, what I love here for Clem now is that he's got this force that can move out on the map and be very scary to Cure. Cure is now kind of gonna have to be on the defensive against what Clem has. These Stim Marines can still do a lot of damage. None of what Cure has really defends against drop super well, right? So he's got to make sure to ring his base with turrets and maybe keep some like Cyclones or Hellions around in his base just in case.
Yeah, that being said, Chicken Man, Truthfully, Viking Liberator, I think could be a cool transition for Clem. He's going into Marauders and stuff. He's playing Bio, but going the double Starport route when you tech out of it, just, you know what I mean? You're always teching a little bit out of pure Bio. I think double Starport may punish this a little. Kier's going into Vikings, though.
Right as you said that, Clem put down 2 more starports. Just as you were talking about it. And yeah, that's absolutely going to be the right call here for Clem, right? If you're the Bio player against the mech player, you want to get into that Sky Terran earlier and just be able to fully compete in the air. Because, you know, tanks really good, but they don't shoot up.
Oh, for sure. Ooh, Clem's drops have been scouted, so that little harass was, I think, very worth it for Kier.
Yeah, but Clem's going to be able to get his 4th base up a little bit sooner. Kier does not have that just yet. He's got to get enough tanks out where he can spread across 4 bases and keep everything defended. And that's the tough spot here for Kier, right? Is defending all of the locations with such an immobile force. Dealing with somebody like Clem, who's going to have multi-prong for days and be able to drop everywhere and still tech and macro behind it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're getting smart servos from Kier. One thing I will say, Kier's upgrades are like right on point. In fact, they're going to be ahead of... no, they're not going to be ahead of Clem, sort of. One is, and he's going to have Infernal Pre-Igniters, etc. He's going to go continue Widowmine production. This is crazy.
Yeah, the Widowmines here are super
claws,
cute. I love that.
Like, normally I'm like mech players, the other cannon rushers, right? In this case... this is a really cool style of mech to play.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just play, like, turtle mech against somebody like Clem. It just will never... It'll never, ever work. Clem will outdo you every single time.
Now, Chicken Man, you're a huge fan of this guy I'm about to mention, too, but how Kier is playing... Please tell me this is not Gumiho playing on Kier's account. Right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was thinking the same thing. It feels very Gumiho-esque. Oh wait, how did 10 workers die? What happened there?
Infernal Pre-Igniters and upgrades. They just
blue flame pretty good.
Yeah, blue flame pretty good. He just snuck right in. Even with the tank, it should be noted. And the vehicle plating actually helped him out, I think. Crazy stuff. Wow. Oh, these Widow Mines.
Oh man, and the turret went down. Oh my god. Oh no, it's still there. Never mind. I lied. The Banshee's just doing what they can.
Well, what's crazy in this game is random Widow Mines, not random, but like well-placed Widow Mines, and how Kira has them in 2 spots, could potentially take out drops. They could take out Vikings randomly. The air support of Clem could go down pretty hard. And when you're playing Bio, you need those medevacs at the least.
Yeah. I do like the Widow Mine play. Clem does have some Ravens out now, and when you're going into like a Sky Terran, you're going to have Ravens with you, but those could eat a hit as well from these mines, and there we go. Grabs a Cyclone at least. Suddenly, Kira's going to try to jump on this army. Clem caught a little bit out of position, going to lose a bunch of Marauders on the backside.
Wow, I like the decision of Clem to go into these Ravens with Interference Matrix he got earlier. That was a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to need that against all of these tanks. Meanwhile, on the top side, there's a drop, but 2 Widow Mines actually killed an entire medevac full of units.
Oh, shit, I missed that. That's crazy.
They just, like, killed all the units on the ground, and Clem just kind of had to leave. And now Kier's pushing. I mean, this is kind of annoying for Clem to deal with right now. He doesn't have all his forces back at home. He's going to need to shut down as many of these tanks as he can and jump on top of this. The 4 Ravens are coming in. How many shutdowns does he have? It's like 5 or 6.
Well, he loses the 3rd. I mean, Clem is having additional CC and everything else. The Thors here are going to help out a little bit. Ravens slowly going down. There's only Vikings here. The tanks are clumped up. The Widow Mines are here, but GG is called. Kira's going to take it.
Yeah, Clem just wasn't ready to handle the actual, just the frontal push. It felt like a macro game for so long, and then Clem just kind of folded there at the end. He didn't have enough Ravens out to shut down all of the tanks in the core of that army. And every Raven that flew in just died immediately. Like you said, he lost the 3rd as well. I think if he had been able to get in there a little earlier, lifted the 3rd, maybe pulled the SCVs, but I don't know, dude. Against Blue Flame Hellbats, maybe not. What a game.
It was the composition, it was the sieging, it was the decision making. That was just... At the end of the day, though, it was a super greedy opener from Clem, and what a way to punish it, Chicken Man, no?
Well, I mean, it's funny because, like, it didn't. He didn't really punish it, right? Like mech is usually the one that wants the more.
It was the tech advantage.
More economy.
But it was the tech
Yeah,
advantage, I think, is what took him into that.
It felt like Clem didn't really commit to switching to air.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that would have fully helped him either, because he was getting pushed like right as that transition was starting to happen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was. I mean, it evened out for a minute there for sure, but as we went into it, it was definitely. I don't know. You don't see TVTs like that every day at this level.
You really don't. You really don't. Somebody brings a good point too. Like they may, because they're playing on NA, right? They're gonna both have lag. So maybe Cure was like, all right, here's how we deal with that. We just go mech.
Yeah.
Let's just have a bunch of siege tanks that they don't really care about what the ping is.
True. Maybe he got central server. He's like, you know what? It's the best we can do.
Yeah.
We might as well have units that are stronger. And
it was funny to me that it felt like Clem couldn't get any damage done. He didn't have none of the drops really made it anywhere. He just had all this bio kind of sitting around doing nothing for such a long time.
Oh, absolutely. And
now we're in game 2. See if he can change it up, figure something else out, or maybe we'll just have a completely different game. Maybe he needs to build cyclones. I don't know. In the lower right-hand corner of Oceanborn, it is Team Liquid's Clem.
And his opponent in the upper left, in the blue, also from Team Liquid, it is Cure, who is up a point. This is a really, honestly, this series is living up to itself so far. I hope it stays pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's off to a good start here in this best of 5. Not what I expected, really isn't. And I feel like they both tried to bamboozle the other one in that one, right? Cure was like, I'm gonna go mech, and he's definitely not gonna be expecting it. Clem obviously opening with the quick 3cc, gambling on the fact that Cure wasn't gonna be super aggressive.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was. Yeah, that was definitely a TVT. We were both wrong on the Cyclone Wars to kick things off, at least. And this game, I don't think we're going to see. Actually, if I can remember between these, guess what I don't have? I have the ESL logo on accidentally.
You know what? I did too. I just took it off after game 1.
I forgot.
So I should have reminded you.
If you don't mind just holding up a minute. Chat, remind me to get rid of the ESL logo.
Yeah, you can't do it mid game.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Thank you, Pezavenjaj. Pezavenjaj? I'm gonna say that wrong 100 times before I say it right. For the 3 gifted subs. I really appreciate it.
What a legend and what a name. I mean, I would struggle with that name for sure. Pezavenjaj.
That seems close to correct. I'm gonna give that a close to correct.
Pezavenjaj. Pashka, where are you, dude? You could help us with this one. Where are you, Pashka?
What language is that?
It sounds right. Senju says it sounds right.
What does Senju know? That doesn't sound like German.
Yeah, exactly. Big oof.
All right. What's going on in this game? This game looks like a more normal game. Yeah, just a Hellion first here out of Clem, but
I think these guys want to have some fun. They're like, we're tired of this Cyclone crap. When we
maybe they're over the Cyclones. They're like, actually, screw all that.
I mean, I'll be honest, playing TVT, I get tired of this Cyclone crap. It's just like, holy smokes, they just want to...
I don't like it. It's exacerbated my biggest issue with TVT, is that you have to build these early game units that are just incredibly useless later on. Like, right now Clem has 2 Reapers and a Hellion. Well, right now Clem has 1 Reaper and a Hellion. As he's actually going to be really annoying here and kill all those Marines. But, like, none of these units matter. These units don't matter later on.
Yeah,
who cares about these units later? But you have to build them now, and you have to build the Cyclones, and already a couple of units going down. But what was that on the other side of the map?
Reaper, basically had 2 going on. The Reaper goes down with 1 HP. Kier was able to secure a CC where Clem denied hit. Funnily enough, I think we were looking at both opposite sides of the map.
We might have been.
Which is awesome, because that means we had coverage. We're in sync, man, in a way. Like, we both know our cues when we're talking. And honestly, what happened was Clem got a little bit of damage done. Kier was able to secure it, and Kier actually held against the Reapers with the SEVs. So somehow it evened out, except for Kier has a slight lead on the CC game.
Yeah, it ends up being a relatively even trade. But yeah, like you said, Clem's CC a bit later, so going to be a little bit down on that mining. Actually, 4 workers behind. But he's going to try to equalize that with this cheeky drop he's got coming in here that Cure is so insanely ready for that he just shoves it away immediately. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like this build from both of them. Clem with the Interference Matrix and Raven game a little quicker, it seems like. But Cure already has his 3rd CC well underway, Chicken Man.
Yep, and both players are going double cycling because they actually hate fun. These players don't like fun, which is why they play Terran. Kind of makes sense, if we're honest.
It's a little bit of self-loathing. You know. All right, looks like Interference Matrix going to finish up for Mr. Clem here as we get into it in the 3rd CC finishing up for Cure. Yo, it's the Beyond Jabetavac. Let's go.
The Jabetavac. I love it. Yeah, this is great from Cure. I don't know why he's just got this. I feel like he needs something else with it, right? If you're going to do the Jabetavac, you got to hit him with the Widowmine drop on the other side or something, right?
You know what this is, Chicken Man? I'm gonna call it right now. This is a very expensive Overlord, is what this is. So Cure's just like, I can afterburn my Overlord. We don't need to get the upgrade.
You know what I feel like this is? I feel like this is Cure's been hanging out with Beyond. And Beyond's like convinced him to do this.
Yeah,
he's just been like, you know what you should do? You should just boost your medevac over there. Just boost it into his base instead of scanning. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
And then Cure does it, and he's like, that was stupid. I didn't see anything. That was stupid. I should just scan. I have a scan. And now Clem's counter pushing. Oh man, we got Raven Cyclone versus Raven Cyclone, Dave. What's gonna happen? What's happening here?
Well, there's more
auto turrets going down. Cyclones are locking onto stuff. I think Cure's winning.
Yeah, Cure is winning. Yep, he is definitely winning. And for now, the Clem is back. Oh god, Cure's winning.
Woo! Look at some hot pickups from Clem.
Well, what's funnily enough, if Cure was a smidge behind on that 2nd Raven, it might have been a little different. But yeah, Cure handedly almost could have like basically just won the game. If he killed that medevac, he would have won the game.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much. You could have just.
As it stands, Clem only has 1 less Cyclone at the end of that battle than Cure. They both lost all 3 of their Ravens. And the trades are almost identical. So I feel like that looked better for Cure, and ultimately it's just not going to affect this game at all. Clem's getting into siege tanks and marines now, whereas Cure, he built a couple more rounds of Cyclones before doing the same thing.
Yeah, and I gotta pull this one out. Yeti hit a thing. Yeti always copies Cure builds these days, and not so much Clem builds. The reason is, even if Clem is the favored player, Cure is a very clean player as well. And I actually, even just from watching him enough, I would actually agree with that. Clem is obviously top-notch and solid, usually not deviating from his builds too often, but lately he's been a little bit of a wild child, man, and that makes me happy to see Clem kind of break out of the box. Even if that's his most solid thing, he's been learning some other stuff, he's been doing some other stuff, and he's trying it out in the open cups. So, I don't know about you, Chicken Man. That's the kind of stuff I like to see, because when players get too stagnated, sometimes I feel like it costs them tournaments occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right, and it's a big part of the reason maybe Clem was able to win Atlanta, but right now, Cure's on his doorstep. Clem completely surprised by this and just not ready for it. Cure's sieging up the tank. He's in here with the Marines, with the Cyclones in the natural. It looks like Clem's going to be able to clean this up, but oh my god, that is 20 dead SCVs in the meantime. So yeah, Cure, he's going to get cleaned up and pushed away, but look at that supply right now. That is a big lead for Cure, who has, it seems like, just as much army back at home as Clem does.
Yeah, and also to note, Oh my god, other than cleaning up the drop and taking the better fight, Kira has his 4th base completed. He could finish combat shields beforehand. Clem going into armory, but Kira's already got 2-2 underway with vehicle weapons. Kira has every side of the league lead that you can think of. Basically, the only way I can see him throwing is if he was Sal. If he had a Sal moment.
Yeah, I mean, I could, if there was a Sal moment, for sure. Very throwable game here for Cure. But you're right, he's got a lead in just about every single regard. Cure looking like the TVT player we know he is.
Sorry, Sal. Sal's actually, in some ways, his MMR may not be there. We're maybe still being banned from his chat. But you know something? The man was cracked in Atlanta in the BYOC tournament. So,
dude, you know what? When it counted, when it mattered, he played his heart out.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Sal is that, like, in his heart, he's actually a 6K player. He just throws so much that he like struggles to break 5K. It's such a shame, but you know, when he's hot, he's hot.
Yeah, man.
Now, what is happening in the middle of the map here? Clem, he's got his tanks and medevacs, and he's just running into Cure's army.
Whoa,
not keeping an eye on what's going on here. This is wild.
And I love that retreat. Cure gets some damage, just backs off, and he's actually had the position on the other flank. He almost had
Cure is ready to fully flank this. If those rocks weren't there, I think Clem's just fully dead right then.
Oh, absolutely.
But Clem's going to be pushed back here, and I mean, he's still just in an awful position. He's down 15 workers still. Like you said, that 2-2 is nearly done here for Cure, but it's not even halfway for Clem, and he's a little mismatched on his upgrades, which could lead to a bit of a problem later when he's starting 3-3.
Yeah, we have a 5th CC
and it feels like
on.
Cure just has this. He's got this map. Yeah, the 4th CC only just finished for Clem. Cure's is he's a full base ahead. He's ahead in every regard. I think Clem's just hoping this game goes on long enough where, you know, maybe they're both maxed. Maybe Cure does take a bad fight. It's very easy in TVT to take a bad fight.
Oh yeah, nobody's gonna deny that. That's for damn sure. Yeah, this. Other than that, yeah, Clem's hoping to bring it to the late game if he can. He's not technically dead, but one decent mistake, and I think Clem's out of this game. But look at this YOLO over to the 3rd base of Cure's.
He's going in. All right. I mean, Cure's attack is doing quite well, but Clem, he's going to kill a bunch of SCVs down here. Actually, he's targeting the base down, which I feel like is a mistake, but he's going to get it. The one siege tank doing a lot of damage. It's going to force a lift up. Clem will get out of there. He killed a CC and a building command center, but his 4th base got routed in the meantime, so he still doesn't have a 4th. So even if he kills that base, Cure's still a base ahead. He's about to take his 5th. Well, this is a real problem right now for Clem.
So this has gotten crazy. That 2 tanks over here actually to buy some time, take out some damage. Cure was scouted, but Cure's army supply ahead, his workers ahead. He oddly took the 5th base, which in a way I don't hate because it's got more minerals, but still, like, yeah, I don't know, man. This is obviously still favoring Cure, but Clem's trying to shark up any damage he can.
I mean, it's getting a little wild here. Cure's 3-3 is not done. Clem never started his 3-3.
And Cure has
so he's going kind of all in on this right now. He's like, I need to get this done now.
Yeah, he does. The thing is, Cure with the siege tanks left defensively really just helped him a ton. Clem trying to really push in there, and he picked off reinforcements, Chicken Man. But as you say, Clem's bought his way into this game a bit, and I think you're not wrong at all. Yeah, but Cure's gonna have a power spike here in a fight with the 3-3 versus 2-2. If he pushes.
Yeah, that 3-3 is getting very close to done. Clem is going to start his up, but it's almost completely just a full upgrade behind Cure's. Cure's going to have a long time of that 3-3, and there's 50 Marines on Cure's side of the map. That is a lot of 3-3 Marines to be had. He's also got 5 Ravens. Oh, man.
So here's the funny...
Clem might be in some trouble.
Well, here's the funny part about this, though. As much as he might be in some trouble, Clem has the army supply advantage because he's maxed out at 75 workers. Cure has but it's as big of an army, but still,
he does have 16 tanks. That is a big deal. The tank advantage is huge, but Cure's just going to dive in the middle, and Clem's completely out of position. He does have his siege tanks here. It's going to be enough to force Cure away. Where are Clem's Marines? They're all down
they're going
on
to
the
base.
left
He's going
side,
for
it
a
looks
base
like.
trade, it looks like, or drop or something, or maybe flank.
Oh, this is so wild. Clem's he's just evacuating with his Marines. He's just letting it go. Cure's going to get a good siege position on this 4th base. Some shutdowns on the tanks. So Clem is going to lose these tanks that are nearby. But at the same time, he's going to dive into the natural of Cure and try to get enough damage done to make it all worth it.
Oh, the tank on the high ground, though, is actually going to help a bit.
Oh my god, he's got 8 kills.
Yeah, I mean, Cure can actually afford infrastructure-wise as long as that stays up. I think Cure's going to be fine. Clem's already lost a ton of workers. He's not had an economic lead. And
The 1 siege tank here for Clem makes it a lot more difficult for Cure to bust up his own ramp. And, I mean, the production's starting to go down a little bit. If Cure loses too much production, Clem lost his 4th base, but he could always lift and land another command center. He's got 2 more finishing up here. He's going to be able to take another base. And if he's able to kill enough of this production, he might be able to stop Cure from remaxing after another engagement here. Now, Clem's going to get completely cleaned up in the main base of Cure.
But he also took, he took out enough CC. I mean, there's extra CCs, but now Cure's going to fly stuff around potentially. He really doesn't have to worry about mining too much. There's nothing really left in the main base, realistically. But still, it's getting pretty wild. Clem's
and
his way.
Cure left some tanks back on the other side of the map on their own, and Clem's going to be able to clean these up. I was going to say relatively easily, but I feel like he's actually losing a lot of Marines to clean this up.
Well, yeah, Cure was actually microing on both fronts. He couldn't really engage the main, as you said, which is actually smart. But one thing, I now see what Yeti's talking about with Cure. Cure was literally kind of fighting on 2 fronts, and he was trying to micro on the main, but like you said, he really couldn't engage because that 1 siege tank. That was actually I think that was an incredible call, Chicken Man, that you just made there. That was spot on. Well done, man. That was sick.
Thank you. It's definitely me that did the good stuff and not these players for sure. Clem's attacking. He's bringing a lot of stuff home because he sees that Cure's counterattacking. We're kind of in reverse situation here. It looks like Cure's going to lose his 5th base. Clem does have enough back at home to defend. So Cure's counterattack isn't going to get anything done. And all of a sudden, I think Clem's in a slightly better economic position. Cure is more mined out at his 4th base. He's going to start losing these mineral patches fairly soon. Whereas Clem's base that he has is super fresh still.
Well, you know what?
I don't know. I don't hate this position for Clem anymore. He's definitely pulled himself back into this game.
Well, what I'm going to say, too, I completely agree because there's 10 Vikings out. Clem going Marine Tank Viking. The thing is Cure in this composition, if Clem had more tanks, I kind of like it more. It's still a possibility. He has 11 Ravens. That's an insane amount of Ravens. Oh, my God. I mean, that's a late game TBT comp, but still, that's...
Honestly, that might be too many Ravens for right now because they're so Marine heavy.
Yeah.
That, those Ravens can't contend with that many Marines. They can anti-armor missile them and, take a better fight, but they're just going to be super far out of position. Clem's going to be able to get right on in here. We might have a bit of a base trade on our hands, actually. And Cure's going to dive in on the 4th. Clem's diving in on this 5th base. They're both going to clear those. Is either player going to try to go back home? It looks like the answer is no.
Clem's going to send his tanks and send most of his bio back. Cure, I think, should still win this. As it looked like in a way, I was kind of like, that's a little disheartening for Cure. He lost a lot of production. I think some mistakes were made. Some of it was chance. But look at this. These interference matrices paying dividends because some of the army was staying back at home. The Vikings.
I mean, this ends up working so perfectly for Cure. Like you said, the interference matrix on the tanks. If those weren't there, Clem's able to hold the main right now. But as it is, now Cure can hold this position at the top of the ramp. Clem's going to try to bust his way in, but it's going to take him so long. He's going to lose all of his production. And he did not touch Cure's production this time around. Now I feel like Cure's put himself in a fantastic spot. Clem is super supply blocked.
Yeah, Clem's lost all of his production pretty much. He basically lost everything but starports. His barracks gonna be pretty inconsequential here, Chicken Man.
Yeah, they're gonna go down too. The structures tab for Cure is looking real sad at the moment. Cure he's backed into the corner. He's gonna try to evacuate a couple of these medevacs. and just get the Ravens out of Dodge. But at this point, I feel like he's done enough to make it worth it.
Yeah, you can trade them out, and he's even going to save them. The hero Raven. Oh, if he catches this off guard when the tanks are
Oh, man, he's just going to grab extra siege tanks here, and that's going to be it. Clem's going to tap out. Cure goes up 2-0 in his best of 5.
Guys, whoever bet just on Clem and that nobody did it, and I even made a 10-minute prediction, there was only one bet for Clem is going to lose a lot of money in fake channel points. There's only one. Everybody just bet on Clem.
Imagine losing all those fake channel points for betting on Clem. Silly. These are replays we're casting right now, but they're from a very, I think like within the last week, these replays are.
Oh, yeah, it's...
and nobody has seen these yet. These are being revealed to the world, these games.
OSC, Liquipedia, etc. are doing it. And guys, let's take a moment. If you don't mind, Chicken Man, ! Support. Guys, I'm doing it. OSC is a great community. They've helped Chicken Man and I. We help them out. They help us out. We're partners. Bottom line is they've been running StarCraft for over a decade now and put a lot of money in. And could use some help, and also to help boost the prize pool as part of the thing. I don't know if you noticed that, Chicken Man. It's part of the thing. They want to boost the prize pool. So,
yeah, absolutely. Check it out.
But
if you can, please consider supporting and helping. These kinds of events. If you love events with just a sick set of players, an incredible set of players, and not only that, what I love about these, like the championships and the mid-season playoffs and stuff that OSC runs every year, is that because we're going to cast them all from replays, they don't all have to be played on the exact same day. It's best of 5s, like across the board. You just get so many amazing games from these players.
Oh, yeah. It's really cool.
Like hundreds of games in a tournament like this. It's crazy. It's actually so much.
Yeah, that I was talking to Eddie about that. I go, Amigo, you might want to consider getting these replays up on the Ko-Fi, because probably would help you out quite a bit here. Excuse me. Sorry. Don't ask what that was.
Sometimes it's better not to ask.
Yeah. Anyway, Agita is what it was. But yeah, getting these replays is pretty sick. The whole tournament, there's tons of builds that have happened. I covered a couple times on this championship so far. It's the fact that we're here. This is like, we're at the top-notch part of all of it. But there's been incredible games on all fronts.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's still like kind of a lot more to come after this.
Yeah, and Chicken Man, do you think Clem can pull a reverse sweep in the 3-2?
I mean, I'm quite sure that he can. The question is, will he?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Cure's looking pretty damn good. And Cure's TVT obviously has been top notch for years.
I've not been on the Team Liquid page. I was on it and I never went online. Ha!
Oh no!
Ha! I just realized.
Well, at least at least you're realizing it now. We're still in the first series.
And I corrected the logo too, so you're keeping me on point, Chicken Man. Oh,
nice. There we go.
See, guys, Chicken Man's always hard carrying Dave. That's just the facts.
That's just what we do. Yep.
Every so often, I have his back. Right, which is true. In fairness,
it's certainly true. It certainly is. All right, you ready for game 3?
I am.
This could be it.
This could
be it for the series.
Imagine a 3-0.
I hope it's not.
I hope not.
Honestly, a 3-0 would be pretty crazy.
That would be crazy when you think of how cracked Clem's been. Like, oof. Can't believe I screwed that up. It's all good.
All good. We're ready to go now.
Heck yeah.
In game number 3, it's gonna be on hard lead. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner. Our red Terran player down 0-2. He's got to pull it back, or he'll fall to the lower bracket. It is Team Liquid's Clem.
His opponent in the bottom right, up 2 points, also from Team Liquid. He's our Korean player, Mr. Cure. And Clem is from Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Chicken Man, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So if we can get some USA cheers in chat for Clem.
USA.
Yeah. You know, the good old red, white, and blue.
Exactly.
From Paris, Texas.
Yeah, Paris, Texas, you know. Guys, when people say Clem is from France, they're mistaken. The most French thing about Clem is his like of French fries and French toast.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not like French fries and French toast? That's just un-American.
Honestly, Chicken Man, this is bringing me back as we get started, and it looks to be a pretty standard opener. Kieran just going for... Wait, is he going for a proxy or is he going for a scout? I think he might actually be going for a proxy. I was going to say this is a normal game. But even with the proxy, this is reminding me of the time. He's going for the scout. I hate this map for pathing.
I know. I was trying to figure it out, too. I was like, what's the normal scout pathing here?
You know,
honestly, SCV scouting feels a little weird here.
You know how much I ladder, and the fact that I was confused at the scouting for a minute is kind of... should tell you.
Well, you probably go for proxies about half the time anyways. So.
Fair point. But this reminds me of when we actually met up for the first time on that topic of French fries and French toast, and I'm like, you know, it sounds like a good thing, that Chickarella sandwich or whatever. It was like
my god,
with French fries and French toast. And I kid you not, chat. Chicken Man basically found some like hole in the wall diner, and they actually had literally a Chicken Man themed sandwich. It was the coolest thing.
It had like a mozzarella stick on it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was mozzarella sticks and chicken. That was actually kind of cool. I'm like, that actually sounds like a Chicken Man sandwich.
It felt like one, that's for sure. We have a little scrap here with the Reaper and SCVs, but
kind of worked out in a way.
Just kind of even trades. Nothing too crazy. Clem CC a little bit earlier this game though, as it looks like Cure is going for very fast double Cyclone. So yep. Cure, he's going for it this game.
Yeah, Cure is quite behind on that. It looks, I didn't look back on the gas saturation. I was going to say, this looks like the build Yeti does, which he kind of taught me, but I wasn't looking at that point. But this is, I can't really tell from how delayed that is. I think it does level out. We're basically, I think there's a little difference where you usually get one Cyclone out first. There's a lot of, I call it the Yeti build, but there's a lot of folks
that probably stole it from Cure, so.
Yeah, probably. Well, possibly. He has a different one. But yeah, it starts out with one Cyclone, and then you get the reactor. Valid point, though.
I mean, Clem opened with 2 individually made Cyclones, and then now he's going for the double. But it feels like Cure's going to be a bit more aggressive here, right? He's got the Liberator on the way, too. Yeah. Whereas Clem's going for the Medevac, so Clem's going to go for the drop. As Cure's going to try to push in with the Cyclones. It's actually kind of dangerous, this Medevac going through the middle of the map. That's so sketchy. Oh my god, the pathing. The map saving Clem right now, and ships in the night just going by each other. I think this is better for Cure, though, because he's going to have reinforcements popping out that can deal with this drop. Whereas 4 Cyclones and a Liberator going to the other side of the map could be a big problem for Clem.
Yeah, this is a Liberator. It's interesting. Oh my god, yeah.
That Liberator stayed at home and is
damn lucky with this, basically, because Cyclones are so... It's so weird to say Cyclones are so good against SCVs. Don't you feel that way too, Chicken Man?
They really are. It's very strange. But both players losing a lot of workers here as Cure able to bust into the natural. And Clem with this double drop is going to keep getting a little bit of damage on this Medevac. Very low, but should be able to get out of there.
Yeti corrected me, by the way.
Those supplies are so similar at the end of this.
You ready from where Yeti learned the build from? This one's going to be like, wow.
Where did Yeti learn his build from?
Juggernaut Jason.
I mean, that's what a based player to learn to build from.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I have to bring this up. You're like, oh, come on, Dave. Where? It was actually from Jugger J. Honestly,
I thought you were just going to say Cure, so.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I forgot he told me that, too. I should have known that before. It was the... Holy shit.
Oh my god. Alright, Clem's just diving in here. I don't know if I love this, but he does have the Medevac for some fancy micro. The Raven went down, and at the same time on the other side of the map, Cure got some kills with his Liberator. So again, we break from this on even workers. Clem a little bit up in army supply, but needs to get out of there. He's got some hurt units.
Yeah, neither player with a third CC yet. I'm sure Clem, right as I say that, I literally was thinking, I'm like, I'm sure Clem's going to drop his third CC soon. Because I know Clem pretty well, you know, like, sure as shit, he did it right when I thought it.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's almost
Clem,
like,
it's like he doesn't have a third CC yet. Well, give it 30 seconds.
It's almost like I watch these guys play sometimes, you know? The same as you, right?
Yeah, it's almost like we get to watch it occasionally. I gotta say, when the Cyclone first changed, I feel like the TVTs were just absolute garbage with them. And it was just like mashing Cyclones into each other.
Yeah, yeah.
But these players have all found really like creative and inventive ways to use them.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a testament to the, like, the players don't just want to do like the most boring way. They want to figure out how to utilize these units in a way that will give them an advantage. I think it's really cool. I love the Cyclone drops. I'm much happier with them than I was when they first changed to what they are now.
Yeah, initially in the test server, they were a little more busted yet too. Like they actually busted. They did nerf them a little from where they were at. I will say, I will thank the Cabal for this. Are you ready for this? I'm just gonna say it. Thank you, Cabal. Oh, great, Cabal. Whatever. As these Cyclones go in, for bringing back a buff to the Proxy Void Ray, because we've seen it in tournaments even. Oh, anyway.
Ooh, all right. Clem's gonna dive in here with a bunch of auto turrets and buzz through the natural, at least for the time being. Cure trying to defend. He's got his own auto turret, but he's running low on Cyclones. He needs to bring the ones down from the main. But as they trickle in, Clem still has a few left alive. Some good micro here. Looks like Cure's gonna hold on, but losing a lot of SCVs. Ooh.
I think Clem wants to claw his way back, my friend.
I mean, Clem's up a handful of supply right now. He is fighting for this. Some SCVs going down on Clem's side of the map, though. Oh no, Cure! These auto turrets getting so much damage. Clem not watching for a second there, just leaving his SCVs next to the auto turrets, and all that damage Clem just did is at least partially undone. But as I say that, Clem reinforcing, and he is getting so many SCV kills.
Yeah, this is nuts, man. Oh, the bunker barely lives. Chicken Man, this game is a banger. Cure also denying the 2 racks production. Clem was, I think both of them are, even these guys got to be thrown off a ton from what their original game plan was, because the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Changed. At this point, there's been 29 workers lost on Clem's side of the map and 37 workers lost on Cure's side of the map. It's turned into kind of a wild game here. As they're trying to get into Marines and tanks, but it's taking a little longer than expected, I think.
Yeah, this is handedly going to Clem. I feel like at the same time, like Cure is literally between a rock and a hard place with those 2 Ravens over there. He's got Cyclones to the left of him, Cyclones to the right if they want to be again. He's got 2 Ravens following him like stink on shit.
I love that. Just the Ravens hanging out with the Ravens, like
a bunch of flies.
Like we can't do anything, but we're just gonna sit here next to each other.
Yo, random observation. I've never thought about this. When you see a bunch of ravens together with different colors, they kind of do look like a bunch of flies. More dragonflies, but okay, 1 Viking. 2 Vikings went even easier.
I do see the dragonfly comparison. That's kind of a big loss for Cure, unfortunately. Losing both of those ravens like that. I feel like those are supposed to either get back in and get some more auto turret harass, or just get out of there, and they got stuck. They go down. Clem taking a nice lead here. I mean, he is up 20 workers. I didn't realize how much of a lead that was. That is crazy.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I just thought about this. You don't want to know, as we see this double medevac drop going in from Cure, kind of a desperation attempt. I feel like he's got stim already. There's going to be tank sieging into... Oh, God, this is going to hurt. This is... Oh, God, this is going to hurt.
Man. Yeah, the 1 siege tank doing quite a bit of damage there. They'll double lock onto the medevac. The shutdown on the other one so it can't boost, and Cure just taps out.
What a
Clem
way.
says, I am not going down without a fight.
What a way to end that game, too. Like, Cure with a sick micro at the end. Clem even with the style points on the interference matrix was just a beautiful touch.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Cure was like going for the Hail Mary. Like, let's see if this double drop, maybe we can get something done here and start pulling our way back. But that was so insanely shut down by Clem.
Yeah, absolutely handedly done.
Yep.
I
He
reckon.
handed him.
He handed him.
I reckon. Oh, man. And that means we get a game 4. I was worried we were going to have a 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not.
I had a sneaky feeling. I don't know where this is going to go in fairness. I still think we have a chance for game 5. We're hoping
Certainly
for
a chance.
5.
I mean, that's a big momentum shift for Clem. And I feel like that game got a lot more aggressive on both sides. All of a sudden, it felt like they were fighting for their lives. So I wonder if we're going to see more like early game aggression here. As we hop on in to game number 4, we're on Alcyone. Looking for more Cyclones, as spawning in the upper right-hand corner, we have Team Liquid's Clem.
And his opponent in the bottom left, also from Team Liquid. In the blue, it is Mr. Cure, who just needs this game to take it, and he advances. And man, this is great, Chicken Man, honestly. Yeah, we cast a lot of StarCraft. We don't get to cast together that often, but I think for this event, it feels like a little bit of a cumulative bit of the work we put in for stuff too to be at this. I'm very thankful to be covering this. I don't know about you, so big shout out to Eddie and OSC.
Me too. Yeah, I really appreciate everything Eddie does for StarCraft. He's one of those people that's like super behind the scenes,
but he puts a lot of work in. He really does.
So much work. There's so much. Like, OSC has been responsible for so much over the years.
And I apologize. I need to get their names. Javier and some, you know what I mean? The whole team is, there's actually some other folks, too, behind it, too. It's insane.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people who, like, help out in different capacities. And I know in the past they've run, like, Hearthstone tournaments and poker tournaments as well. I don't know if those are still going on, but it's just been, like, a crazy amount of work over the last... I mean, this is the 11th World Championships, right?
Oh, yeah.
First one was in 2013. You know who won the first one?
It was Pig.
It was Pig. None other than Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, so guys, get that. If you're supporting this is... And Chicken Man, you pointed out, wasn't it originally the Oceanic StarCraft League or Sports League?
Sorry, say that again?
Wasn't it the Oceanic StarCraft League or Sports League at first?
Yeah. I mean, you know, Eddie is
told me that, I think.
Based in Australia, so I think it is very oceanic. A lot of events based in Oceania.
Yep, and with that
but they've clearly expanded to the world.
What's interesting for this, Kira making a little bit of a baller move this game. He's not opening standard by the meta. He's opening standard by Terran. He went Reaper Fast Expand. And
yeah, I love me some Reaper Fast Expand.
It's a baller move because you can get cheesed out pretty easily. Not even cheesed out, and luckily Clem's taking a kind of longer path to get here, and he should be able to secure the CC with no problem. That's the bigger issue.
Yeah, CC going to finish up before the Reapers even get there. It is definitely a bold move against Clem, who is not averse to basically cheesing in TVT.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And Kira's going to be able to get in and scout with the Reaper. Neither player SCV scouted or anything, so just trying to figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, and I am going to look to chat on this one, which I kind of had a feeling with this. Clem opening with the Reaper Hellion opener. Like, he's not sticking to it, though. I see Yeti's point. He was going Reaper Hellion, which actually usually punishes this, but Clem does go into a Cyclone after. So was it just the one Hellion, I think? Yeah, he just went one Hellion, which could still be a little bit of punishment. But if he stayed on the old tried and true Reapers and Hellions for a little bit, I think he could have got a lot of damage done. I can see it. You know what I'm saying? There's no shot.
Yeah, if he goes up to like 4 or 5 Reapers, 2 Hellions, something like that, it absolutely gets some damage done. But it does put you in a lot of danger if your opponent's able to get like 4 or 6 Cyclones out, and all of a sudden you just spend all that time on Reapers and Hellions. Cyclones are pretty good. But Clem's going to come in. He's got to drop. There's 3 Cyclones here, though. He just picks up and boosts away. Smart call from Clem.
Yeah, he could have lost that pretty easily if he got a little greedy, and Clem is just too aware. The man knows what's up. He is cooking, Chicken Man. But what is he cooking?
He's a chef in the kitchen right now, Cure, doing his best the bear cosplay.
The bear cosplay, I love it. Abs.
Topical reference for you guys. I haven't even watched that show, but you know.
Yeah.
I did watch Waiting the other day. Speaking of kitchen-related media,
Nice.
I don't know if you ever watched Waiting.
I haven't, but now I've thought about it.
If you've ever worked in a kitchen, it's so insanely accurate. It's kind of scary.
Watch that. That's actually something I would definitely watch, Chicken Man. Oftentimes, with our bits and differences, as all friends have, there's so many we have in common, or things in common we have for shows and such.
You'd like Waiting for sure if you
Yeah.
haven't watched that movie. 100% recommend. Cure came in with the Liberator, but because it was on its own, it just got a little bit of damage done. Killed an SCV.
Absolutely, and we have Stim coming down behind it. I'm gonna actually see the Raven count
Yeah,
here.
actually, feels like a very fast stim out of Cure.
Clem is gonna handedly lead the Raven count, both with Interference Matrix. I like it. It looks like we're kind of in a bit of a similar game, Cyclones and Ravens. And this is why Jugger J came up with that build and I brought it up. It's something that's been prevalent. I'd almost call it a ladder build, but we've seen it in tournaments sometimes lately, occasionally. It wasn't just a random, oh, somebody does it. It's literally kind of becoming the bread and butter staple of TVT. And thinking about it, it's kind of wild to think that Jay kind of sort of may have came up with it. Or at least made popular, you know. So big shout out to Juggernaut Jason.
He's a smart cat, that guy.
Yeah, I mean I've seen him do it a million times, but I'm like I didn't realize that. I forgot that Yeti's mentioned that he learned it from, because usually I would assume it's Cure or Clem or somebody, you know.
Yeah, and right now Clem's gonna try to take advantage of the.
Oh my God!
Getting the jump on Cure. Oh my God! He kills the third CC. He has nowhere to run though. So now we just got to fight it out and see who has the better Cyclone Micro. There is a medevac here for Clem, but he's not really able to use it super effectively. He does get out of there with 2 Cyclones.
And 2 Ravens.
Cure absolutely wins that. Yeah, the 2 Ravens is actually huge. I think he killed both of Cure's Ravens.
Yeah, he did.
Cure's going to run across the map and try to get some damage done. Clem needs to be focused on the defense.
Chicken Man, funnily enough, I love this missile turret here because of the low dead airspace, but he actually killed 3 Ravens, which is, as you know, insanely massive. In TVT, I had to double check, because I'm like, you're right on the money. But I think that was
yeah,
even
that's some
more
big value, but now Clem's in a little bit of trouble on the other side of the map as Cure just ran over here to get some damage done on the other side, and there's 14 SCVs going down.
15.
So while Clem might have killed the third CC, his economy is not in a great spot.
Yeah, he's leading a bit in terms of trades because he kept the CC. He can obviously build more workers still, where Cure cannot, but Cure got some great damage done. The trades kind of not that heavily in favor of Clem.
I mean, I think it ends up working out okay for Cure, and I feel like we'll see this equalize a little bit in the next couple of minutes. As Cure's just up 12 workers, and while they're not mining efficiently yet, he's about to actually finish that third CC. So he should have a bit more mining for a little bit until Clem gets that SCV count back up. When this double drop going to come in right before the turret finishes. Clem a little late on this turret in the natural, and there's a siege tank in there. That's going to make this really annoying to clean up. The SCVs pull, but they got to run away.
Well, the interference matrix coming in to play pretty good. They both invested heavily. That's kind of what I was getting at. Oh, nice micro from Cure, but the interference matrices, they're too good. He gets the one with the Marines in. Cure denied that sweet, sweet drop he was hoping for.
Oh, but on the other side, Cure going to try to dive into the third base while Clem's focused in the main. Does Clem have enough here to hold on? It looks like the auto turrets are going to have to come back in. The Ravens are pretty low on energy, though. I don't know if they have any auto turrets available, and Cure's got a siege tank with this push.
Yeah, just one siege tank to rule them all, but there's energy accumulating on these Ravens. The hold looks pretty good from Clem, but Cure has the third CC back. He's leading on workers handedly, Chicken Man. He's 71 workers, didn't drop another. Oh my God, the micro! Cure is playing like a madman.
Yeah, he's playing super, super fast. Picks those Marines up, gets out of there, has another tank reinforcing right now. There are still a couple Ravens. Did he kill one or two of those Ravens? He did. There were 4 Ravens there for Clem. Suddenly there's only 2 right now. So Clem doesn't... He's very far away from a shutdown on either of these tanks. And Cure, he's starting to get into the SCV line. Clem's going to lift up the 3rd and stop mining completely. So not only is he down a bunch of workers, but he's not mining at his 3rd base. The drop is coming back into the main base. Cure has a 4th on the way back at home. I mean, this is looking so good for Cure right now. He is taking a big supply lead.
Yeah, I am hoping that Cure, in this case, like, I'm hoping for Clem's sake that he can hold, he can make some magic happen. On Cure's side, I'm hoping he doesn't, he pulls more of a high-level batter than a Major League Baseball pitcher right now. Oh my God. You know what I'm
I feel like Cure is in such a good spot right now.
Yeah,
Clem's going to have such a difficult time cleaning this up. If he gets a big victory and takes this out, then there's a chance, but I mean, there's so many Marines here. There's still 3 siege tanks.
And we're about to see 2 too. And +1 vehicle weapons shortly behind it.
This is such a great position for Cure. He's going to back up a little bit off of that 3rd base location. Clem did move over to his 4th base location, but Cure's heading over there now as well with a bunch of Stim Marines. He's going to try to test this. Hey, he's pushing in both spots. He's up 20 army supply right now. He's got the ability to do some multi-prong, and he's going to try to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Oh, look at that nice concave from Clem, though. I mean, we're kind of picking it apart. I guess there is a way Clem could find his footing and get it back. It is TBT. Again, throws the magic of...
Yeah, Clem's going to clean these tanks up and push the Marine reinforcements back, but Cure's got a double drop on the left. He's got a double drop in the main, and Clem is having a tough time dealing with only one of those, and he just has nothing down here at this 3rd base, and that is going to be it. Clem is forced to tap out as Cure takes the 3-1 victory in the TVT.
Absolutely amazing. What a series, Chicken Man. A 31
Dude.
for Cure, and Cure played like an animal. Actually,
That
more
was-
like a machine.
That was some insane play out of Cure. I mean, we know he's capable of it. Every single Protoss has to deal with that kind of play from Cure, but Clem really struggling to deal with that multi-prong there, and I don't know, it just felt like Cure got, like, kind of like you said earlier on, Cure is such a clean player. It felt like he got into whatever the setup was going to be more cleanly, and he was just more ready in those mid games.
Funnily enough, on that note, there is a reason why Cure is like still arguably the best TVP player in the world, and I think that would go to show it. Chicken Man, can I ask a big favor between these?
What's
so
up?
long as I'm around. Can we take a break between series? Just a quick one.
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Grab a beverage, grab some bathroom time for a minute, and we'll.
Yeah, grab yourself a bevy, you know. Get ready for the next match. Our next match is going to be... I definitely remember what this is. Dark versus Solar. We have a ZVZ to follow that up.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of those, so... All right, I will be right back, Chicken Man, if you're cool with that. I just thought it might...
Yeah, absolutely.
Gives us a second to catch our breath and hammer it out. And
I'll keep the kids entertained.
Oh,
you go ahead, get yourself a
you're good.
bevy.
Thank you. I'll be right back.
It's all good. All good, mate. We're going to get ready for the next match. Dark versus Solar. Should be good. Look at how cute that cat is. Hope you guys are having a good one out there. Reminder that we do have some crowdfunding available for this tournament. OSC has been putting on the World Championships. This is the 11th year now. First one was in 2013. I think Cure has actually won one before. I'm gonna go double check on that. But ! support. Check out that Indiegogo link if you want to help get the prize pool up there, help boost that prize pool up, help support grassroots StarCraft. You know, Big Daddy Blizzard left us a long time ago. ESL's been keeping us going, but without the grassroots community support, StarCraft, we're not going to have legs, you know? We need you guys. We need those roots of the grass.
We do need The grass sprouting roots.
All
Something important.
right, I want to see who's won previous seasons of the OSC championships. Okay, Cure did win. Actually, Cure and Clem have both won. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So Cure won season 7, Clem won season 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I actually surprisingly, believe it or not, remembered that. I can't believe it, but
You know, I was thinking it. I remember
did
too.
too.
I wasn't confident that my memory was that good.
yeah, I mean, me same. That's right, guys. Who needs Bill and Ted when you got Chicken Man and Dave together?
Whoa!
Look at that. We're even in sync. Whoa.
Strange things happening at the Circle K.
Sorry. Lost my That was pretty funny. Anyway, yeah. That's guys, make sure you do support OSC. Exclamation mark support. I want to put it in for you in mine. And Chicken Man's. Oof.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, without the people, couldn't happen.
Exactly.
All right. Are you ready for some Z